Good evening. My name is Swam Siddha Sahu and welcome to my presentation on
Hydrocarbon.
types, structures and economic importance. What is hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are organic compound consisting solely of carbon and hydrogen. So these are organic compound generally found or derived from living organism like animals, plants, etc. and consist of carbon and hydrogen. As we all know, this carbon has a unique tendency to bond with four other atoms because it has a valency of 4. They are simplest and most abundant organic compound, serving as a building block of many biological and synthetic molecules. So not only biological, also it is a abundant organic compound which is serving as a building block of synthetic compound also. They are fundamental to many chemical process like metallurgy, extraction of metal, uh, and fueling purpose, automobiles, etc. They are primary components of fuel and plastics. So this presentation will explore their types and structure as well as economic importance. Next is classification of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are divided into two main groups, which is aliphatic and second is cyclic. Aliphatic are open chain compounds which are then subdivided into saturated and unsaturated. Saturated contains alkenes, unsaturated contains alkenes and alkynes. And in cyclic compound, it is alicyclic and aromatic. Yeah. Next is alkenes. Alkenes, the saturated hydrocarbons. The first we'll discuss about alkenes, the saturated hydrocarbons. Alkenes are saturated hydrocarbons with single bonds between carbon atoms. So here, one carbon is bonded with other carbon with single bond. Means one carbon only donate one electron and share it with other, so that it will form octet. So by this it will make a branch chain like this. This compound is known as propane. So if one carbon bonded with four hydrogen atom, it is known as methane, and two carbon atom means it is ethane. So just like organic compound in the starting chapter, we uh, already have known that one is meth, one carbon is meth, then eth, prop, but, and so on. So the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Here n is the number of atom. If if carbon is 1, then hydrogen is 2 into 1 plus 2, that is equal to 4. If carbon is 1, then hydrogen is 4. So it will form CH4, which is methane. Then two carbon bonded with 2 into 2 plus 4, 2, that is 6. Two carbon bond with 6 hydrogen, that gives to ethane, C2H6. Propane is C3H8. Butane is C4H10. Just like that. Pentane, hexane, etc. So methane and ethane are crucial in natural gas and various industrial applications. So example are like propane, butane, pentane, hexane, etc. Next is alkene, the unsaturated hydrocarbon. These are generally double bonded carbon. So carbon to carbon is double bond. At least one double bond present in this compound. So alkenes contain at least one double bond between carbon atoms. The following the formula is CnH2n. Here, one carbon bond with four. If n is 1, then this formula will be falsified. So unsaturated hydrocarbon like alkene start from eth group, because meth group here no double bond link with other carbon applies. So it is important to the carbon to bond with the carbon. Otherwise, it is impossible to form a double bond. So here it starts from ethane. So if in this formula we put n is equal to 2, then C2H4. C2H4. Here are the formula. According to formula, there are 4 hydrogen atom with 2 carbon in the center. Here carbon is double bonded with other carbon, means it share 2 pair of electron. That means this two pair means 4. Just like ethane, it is propane with 3 carbon atom having 1 double bond with carbon. Here C3H6. This is more reactive than alkenes. Alkenes are more reactive than alkanes because of double bond. Example is ethane, propane, and butane. Next, alkyne, the triple bonded hydrocarbons. Alkynes are characterized by at least one triple bond between carbon atom, represented by the formula CnH2n minus 2. Just like alkene, these are also start with ethene group having two carbon bonded triple bond. So here, if we put in formula C to the C, two atoms, then H 2 into 2 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2 hydrogen C2H2, which is ethine. So these are more reactive than alkenes. So alkynes, if we state a reactive table like it goes from alkyne is more reactive than alkene, more reactive than alkane. So the least reactive is alkane, then alkene, then alkyne. So here example is acetylene. Acetylene is widely used in welding and coating process. Yes, it releases high energy. It is more reactive because of this triple bond. Because it will have more tendency to lose electron or give electron because it is more electronegative. Next, cyclic hydrocarbons. Cyclic hydrocarbons are ring-shaped structure formed by carbon atoms. So these are generally ring-shaped structure formed by carbon atoms. They can be saturated like cycloalkanes or unsaturated like cycloalkanes. So these are like cycloalkanes, saturated with double bond, a single bond, or double bonded. This compound exhibit unique chemical properties and are prevalent in many natural substances. So just like any other hydrocarbons, these are also found in various natural substances. They have properties similar to open chain hydrocarbons. They are called, they are also called carbocyclic compounds. So these are similar to open chain hydrocarbons. So they are also called carbocyclic compounds. So these cyclic hydrocarbons are two types, which is alicyclic and aromatic. And next is alicyclic. Alicyclic compounds. These are ring carbon compound containing three or more atoms of carbon arranged in a closed structure. So for making a alicyclic compound, we need at least three carbon atom because two will form a linear structure, three will form a closed triangular structure. So we need at least three carbon containing compound arranged in a closed structure. They are saturated like cycloalkanes or unsaturated like cycloalkanes and alkynes. Example is like C3H6, C4H8, C6H12, which is cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclohexane. This is cyclopropane, this is cyclopentane, and this is cyclohexene because here is a double bond. Next is aromatic compound. Aromatic compounds are the hydrocarbons containing benzene ring, which means all alicyclic compounds are not aromatic compounds, but all aromatic compounds are alicyclic compound because for making a aromatic compound we must be add a benzene substance, or we must add a benzene ring, which is structure is like this. Benzene is a 6 carbon compounded. Alternative side is double bonded. So this structure is benzene. Here the 6 carbon arranged in a loop with alternative side having double bond. So the formula is C6H6. Most of this compound have pleasant smell. So this aromatic compound have pleasant smell like toluene, phenol, naphthalene. These are the compound. These are the example of aromatic compound. Phenol are also smell pleasant, pleasant smell. Naphthalene also. Naphthalene are put in almira, and phenol are used in phenyls and etc. Next, next is environmental impact. So though it is used variety and makes the environment with it or beneath it, that means maximum hydrocarbons are form of living substance. But if we use it as fuel and plastic materials, first of all, it will, after burning, it will emit greenhouse gases and accelerate global warming. Then the gases also then the gases also cause air pollution by releasing volatile organic compounds and harmful to human health and ecosystem. Also, the fuel which is carried out by the ships sometimes goes through a oil spills or runoff, which contaminate water and degrade the quality of water, as well as the living organism also get affected. Next is soil pollution. This soil quality also degraded by this oil spills and leaks of oil. Next is habitat destruction. By digging or by mining such oil, we need a large area, which eventually result in displacement of various natural habitat as well as natural uh, habitat as well as population group. Next is health risks. This exposure of different gases from hydrocarbons linked to cancer also, and respiratory issues and neurological damage also occur. Next is waste generation. This, after the burning fuel, the waste disposal of various substances are also challenging because these are very toxic substance which generally pollutes the environment. Next is importance in industry. Though it have various disadvantage to environment, but also people used in or we are using it on day-to-day life as a energy source because for fuel, for power generation, transportation, heating, we are using it every day, just like liquefied petroleum gas or any biogas or any petroleum fuel like petrol, diesel, etc. Raw material use like feedstock of plastic, fibers, chemicals also used from this. material. Next are lubricants. Lubricants also made from these petroleum products, which are abundant in hydrocarbons. Petrochemicals also there. Next is fertilizer, key components in agriculture production. Fertilizers are also important source in agriculture as they helps to grow plant. And also these fertilizers are also synthetic because these are made from petroleum. And these fertilizers are also hydrocarbon substances. Next is asphalt. Used in road construction and maintenance. Road construction, the main item is dabber and bitumen, which are generally used in road construction, or charcoal tar, which are generally we get from uh, hydrocarbons, burning hydrocarbons. So this is also important in road construction and management. Next is industrial solvent, cleaning and processing applications. Various cleaning and processing applications. For this process, we need hydrocarbons. Next is adhesive. Binding agents in manufacturing also consist of these hydrocarbons. Textile production also this also have goes through their various process using by using hydrocarbon as a substance. Next is economic growth. So for by the using of the various petroleum products or various hydrocarbon products, economic growth also rising because it increase the employment, is increase the industrial uses. So it also increase the economic growth of the nation. Next, conclusion. In summary, hydrocarbons are essential components or compounds with diverse types and structures. Their practical applications span numerous industries, but their environmental impact necessitates careful consideration and sustainable practices moving forward. That means hydrocarbons are essential, but we need to use it carefully because overuse of it can create a harmful impact on environment as well as mankind. Thank you.